Hey guys, how's it going? The market has been doing pretty good. It's been recovering pretty good. Wayland had some interesting news today, but nobody cared, and it shows on my YouTube channel that the views are very low, and not a lot of people watched it. That means there's not a lot of investor interest in Wayland for some reason, even though it looks like such a dirt cheap stock. Like seriously, it's worth $224 million. Actually, I believe this is out of date. They actually have over 200 million shares, so it's about $230 million market cap. They're an international company, and they have pretty decent cash. So I mean, they have about, I think, like $60 million of cash on the balance sheet. I don't have the balance sheet loaded up for you, so can't show you guys that. But if you guys look, it says $13 million, but they just recently raised $50 million. So that's around $60 million on the balance sheet. I We are going to. Oh wait, I guess I'll disclose. I'm a pretty big shareholder in Wayland. I have, if you could just add up all these numbers here, I have about 110,000 shares of Wayland. 110,000 shares of Wayland. 110 times 1.15. I put about $126,000. I have $126,000 in Wayland. If you take all these lost numbers and add them up, we could be looking at. I mean, if I was neutral on all these positions, we're looking at me putting in a position of $150,000. $150,000 into Wayland. So of course, Wayland's having the investor relations on December 20th. I just emailed them to see if I can go to the facility and check it out, maybe film it, and do my own due diligence, make sure that the facility exists, they're growing cannabis. I can tour the facility if I can, or even film the outside would be awesome, just so I know that the facility does exist. I looked on the address for where the Wayland facility is, and I found it. It's right there. And if you look at this video, you can see clearly that this is the land where Wayland's building the facility. And if you look at on this part, I had it zoomed in, but it clearly looks. Oh crap! It clearly looks like this is an older version of the map, but it clearly looks, this facility right here clearly looks like this area right here. And then so this is the greenhouse operations, and they're building around the land. They're building around the land. If you look, there's like a small little town over here. The small little town over here, I guess. Yeah, it looks kind of similar. Not like 100% similar. But you can really tell that they're starting to build around this area right here, the new facility. And if you look, there's so much land that if they wanted to expand their facility, they can. It's not that difficult, but it takes a while because they're in like the middle of nowhere. They're literally in the middle of nowhere. There's like no towns nearby. I mean, there might be some like small towns nearby, like maybe. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Might be just farming area. Like this looks like a little small town. I'm not even sure. Maybe, but since it's like in the middle of nowhere, the land is probably very very cheap, and the labor is probably cheap too. Maybe, I'm not sure because I'm not too sure about the labor, but clearly this is the area. I want to travel here to check it out for myself, film the facility. I'm sure if I just drove around down this road, I would see them building a gigantic facility here. It's just do my due diligence, make sure that they actually have a facility, see from my own eyes that it's not a big fraud of a company and they're actually growing. Because at the end of the day, I don't mind holding the stock at 150, and if it goes down to $1 and it's a real company, eventually when they execute on the strategy, once that facility is complete and they're generating those revenue numbers, this market cap should be a lot higher than $224 million. They're the most undervalued company, right? They're very undervalued. They're extremely undervalued, but the market doesn't seem to care. Not a lot of people have very much interest in Wayland. I'm buying big on Wayland because I believe that Wayland could be a 10-bagger for me once management shows it in the revenues and the balance sheet and everything. So it's just a waiting game for me, and I'm hoping it keeps dropping, because it keeps dropping, I keep buying. So I might end up with $250,000 of Wayland stock. And if since I'm such a big investor, I'm definitely going to go to the press conference and check out the facility and listen to their conference, see what they talk about. I mean, I guess investors are a little bit cautious because they're talking about a reverse split. So, and investors don't like a reverse split for some reason. I don't think it matters too much. If they're doing a reverse split to get listed on the Nasdaq, why does it matter if it's a reverse split? But if they're doing it so they can keep diluting shareholders, have a higher stock price to go use as a capital, then maybe that's not good. But still, it's a business, and eventually it will do well. I mean, if management execute, stock price don't really matter. We'll see where this stock price goes, but whatever. The market seems to be rallying. If I only capped this at like 40 cents, I would have made a killing. I mean, I did buy some at 40 cents, at 44 cents, but I sold it out at like 50 cents. I was bearish on it. I didn't think the stock price would recover, but my money's recovering right now, and it feels good to have my money recover. I don't know if this is sustainable. Maybe this is just a small little bounce, and it's going to crash back down to 40 cents. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not convinced. I'm not really a chart guy. At the end of the day, I honestly believe anybody that thinks they know the direction of the stock going, they're gambling. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, even Hemco, like I bought some Hemco, like 1,500 shares. I put a $10,000 bid in, but I only managed to get 1,500 shares. I could have bought more Hemco, and I would have been like up. My plan was to buy like 10,000 shares of Hemco. I would have did very well. But I do have Hemco stock, and my money has recovered quite dramatically because I was at such a big loss down here, but now my money recovered because Hemco is bouncing back, and it feels good. I wish I went heavy on Hemco when it was down at 84 cents. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I go heavy on Wayland right now, I believe that it might have a bounce back to like maybe even like 150, 140, and I can make a ton of money out of it. But that's a kind of gambling. I mean, it's not really gambling if you think about it, because Wayland always has some kind of value, and the lower it drops, the more discount it is. Unless this company is a fraud, unless this company is a big ass scam and lie like Dynasert, I'm not gonna get too much into Dynasert, but if they were a scam and they lied about their numbers and everything was like a false statement, like what is going on with Afria right now, then it is risky. But Wayland is an international company, and there's very few international companies right now in the Canadian market. There's like Candras, Canopy, Aurora, Afria, I guess, Kron, Tilray, and that's it. That's like the 6 companies that say they're international, and that's it. And Wayland's one of them. So Wayland would be like the 7th. So it's not very many companies that is international, and Wayland is very, very undervalued at these prices. That's all I really have to say, I guess. This is not a recommendation. I'm not saying buy anything. I may take a small position in it for fun, because I believe the stock could bounce back to like $1, because like Hemco is bouncing back. Joom is bouncing back, and RTI might bounce back just like hemp and Joom. It might not. It might just go down further. But you know, it looks like a positive sign right now because Hemco and Joom is rising back, and RTI hasn't followed that trend yet. And I think it's just a matter of time. This is my opinion. I mean, right now it looks like an okay buy, but you know, it could go down even further. Yeah, I don't know. Like I might make a purchase for fun tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. You know, after hours, looking very good right now. I'm up seven. Oh, sorry. The stock market is up 7 cents. It's I guess only 50 minutes until the actual stock market will officially close. But the stock is up 7 cents right now, which is very good. Afria after hours is up like another 6 cents. Is it? Yeah, still up 6 cents. Canopy Growth up another 48 cents. It looks like we could be having a Christmas rally. I don't want to get too excited yet, but I'm very happy because ever since the whole Kron deal, I've been dumping a lot of money back into the market, and it's been paying off. Except for Wayland. Wayland's not really paying off for me. I've been dumping a lot of money into Wayland, and it's not paying off for me. But maybe I was just patient and wait, and eventually the stock will bounce back. Because people are going to look around for deals after everything is up and nice and green. And Wayland might, you know, stand out and be like, oh, look, Wayland's all-time low. Everything is green. So let's go buy Wayland. And then the stock goes up. So that's just a theory, though. I could be like totally wrong. I'm buying it if it goes down because I like discounts. I like to buy at the bottom and cross my fingers that the stock rises. And I need to do more due diligence. I need to go to the shareholder meeting. I need to, you know, go check out the site, maybe film it, you know, potential content. So yeah, Tilray, poor Tilray. These rich people are running. I hope Tilray drops to $60 so I can buy some. But it could have a massive bounce. But poor Tilray with the decrease in price stock while everything is green, nice and green. Tilray is just like nice and red. Kron. I'm surprised that Kron's down after hours. I mean, it's already gained so much that maybe it's just kind of correcting itself. But if Kron goes back to like $10, I might pick up some just for fun. Microsoft pissing me off. I have a put option on it. I just learned a little bit more about options, but I'll make another dedicated video on that later. But I could have ran away with $3,000 of profit, but now I'm at $1,000 loss on my option because I got greedy and I thought the stock was gonna drop more, and I should have covered my my option and instead of covering my short position because my option was extremely profitable, and I learned something today that was very interesting, and I should have covered my put option instead. I covered my short. That was a dumb mistake, and you know, I lost out big time because I didn't do that. So, you know, lesson learned. Maybe, you know, that basically that's my lesson, my life lesson. I learned that I shouldn't have got greedy, but I understand how option works now, and I think I can make pretty decent money off options if I play it right. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna still do some experiment. I'm still learning, but I've been talking to my investor line brokerage, and they've been teaching me. They've been telling me what I need to do, and they've been like giving me instructions, and so I'm learning a lot, and I still need to experiment. I need to figure out a good strategy. I need to do more research. But you know, eventually, if I get option down right and I can do it properly, I will make a dedicated video in my stock market membership group for people that are, you know, paying me for my service. So look forward to that. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.